Hello people, my name is Ben. We're on to day 5 of the Steam Winter Sale, kicking it off with Endless Space at 66% off. The prices are on screen right now before your beautiful eyes, and this is a game, it's a strategy game, that got pretty middling reviews. A lot of people really liked it though, so keep that in mind. There was a few really bad reviews that kind of brought it down in terms of the Metacritic rating. However, it got a lot of good reviews. Tons of people said it was a very addicting strategy game. It's pretty newcomer friendly. There's some good tutorials in there. It's fairly polished, especially for an indie game. It looks pretty phenomenal. This has Admiral Edition, which I guess is just the normal one. And then you've got the Emperor. Is that Emperor? Yeah, Emperor Special Edition, which comes with additional in-game stuff. It appears, some like skins and such. Dev Team Forum Award, stuff like that. Is that worth it? It's really up to you. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's like $1 more, so you might want to do that just for the sake of it. If you're interested in space simulation, well, not really simulation, but you know, strategy games, commanding whole fleets and such, and you want something that's fairly newcomer friendly, then I would recommend it. But keep in mind that it doesn't have like a huge story. Not everything is as polished as something like, say, Alpha Centauri or Civilization, stuff like that. However, you'll find a really good space strategy game. Next is the Mass Effect collection, which includes Mass Effect 1 and 2, so technically it's not really a Mass Effect collection because there's not the third one, because that's all the way over on Origin and Gamersgate and stuff like that, but requires Origin to play it, of course. And that is fairly cheap as well. That you can find Mass Effect 3 for about £7 or so these days, so that's pretty good. Well, let's talk about Mass Effect 1 and 2. 1 I liked quite a bit. The story is pretty good. Facial expressions aren't... It's looking pretty dated. As a game, it looks pretty dated. You can get some high-res texture packs and stuff like that, some mods out there for it, I believe. I know you definitely can for Mass Effect 2, even though that's the game that requires it less. However, they both make it look pretty amazing in terms of squad mates and all that stuff, just looking extremely detailed. Looks really good. The whole world and everything is really interesting. I think in terms of the world and sci-fi, it rivals Star Wars in a few places, but overall Mass Effect 1 didn't impress me too much, mainly because of the gameplay. It was just pretty meh and bleh. The choices and such were just as good as Mass Effect 2. However, the gameplay, you don't have ammo, and it's really weird. It's just odd. It doesn't feel like a really great game to play. Sure, you can explore tons of planets, but most of them are barren, and gameplay feels quite generic, pretty old school, and not in a good way. However, then you move on to Mass Effect 2. This is the Digital Deluxe Edition, by the way. You'll find such an amazing game, one of my favourite games in fact. It is just stunning, just with an amazing opening, great story throughout, really awesome squad mates, more character development, more missions, side missions that are actually interesting in terms of a story. Gameplay's far better with, more improved powers, biotic powers and such. Just a phenomenal game, and a lot of people still like the first one. Some people even say it's their favourite, so I might say about that, but that's just my opinion on it. However, if for whatever reason you still haven't played these games, then go out and play them, because they are simply amazing. I do love the Mass Effect series, even Mass Effect 3. Next is the Call of Duty franchise sale, and even though it says Call of Duty Modern Warfare franchise sale, or whatever it says on the front page, but yeah, Modern Warfare franchise, even though this includes, as you can see, Black Ops, so I don't know why they really put it like that. Infinity Ward just wants to get more promotion, I guess. Everything is 50% off, and everything is still just as not worth it as it once was a couple of years ago. Just don't bother, in my opinion. It's not worth it. It's just Just a terrible game. Really bad, especially Australians. They get ripped off in terms of Call of Duty. Come on, look at the Black Ops increase, 125%. What? Black Ops is a pretty decent game, but it's got a dead community now, and there's no point in buying any of these. The only one I would recommend is down at the bottom. It's Modern Warfare, the original, which was the good one. That's at $9.99. £9.99, so that's a bit of a rip-off, or €12.49, even more of a rip-off, or 24 Aussie dollars 99. Ouch! So just stay away from that in case. But the campaign in Modern Warfare is pretty good, much better when compared to stuff like Modern Warfare 2 and almost everything recent apart from Black Ops 2, which had a fairly decent campaign. They actually put some effort into that. Also has some good multiplayer before it got ridiculous, and I'm sure quite a few people will be playing it over the sale, because I'm sure quite a few will be buying it and just or going back to it to see if there is anybody in there, and there probably will be, so consider that. But apart from that, maybe the original Call of Duty 2, however they're still pretty expensive, although not as expensive for the Australians, so you get a cheap game there. In terms of the DLC, don't fucking bother. Rip-offs, all of them. They're just putting it down to the price that it should be, really. 50% off brings it down to like $7.49, which should be the price of all these map packs anyway, rather than overcharging those ridiculous amounts. Let's just move on from Call of Duty. And now we come on to Other Orcs and Men, an action RPG, 50% off. It was only just released in October, so that's not that bad. This game had very middling reviews. I quite like Destructor, I trust them on a lot of reviews, and they gave it an 80, which isn't bad. They say it's pretty funny, it's got a pretty good world as well. Not everything is great, and everybody has said that. There have been no outstanding reviews for it, but there have been quite a few positive ones, but most are pretty mixed. It does have issues, but that doesn't prevent the entire game being a pretty fun experience. I think it's only single player, which I guess is a shame. It could have benefited from co-op, I think. But it's a fun little action RPG, and it looks fairly good as well. I'd say if you're interested in a sort of different medieval world, apparently the world is very well done, well crafted, decent story and such. At this price, do you want it? I'd say so. I'd say yes, go for it, because with the mixed reviews, they're rating it on, of course, the full price of the game. But I think if it's this cheap, then maybe you want to consider it. Next we come on to Company of Heroes Complete Pack, available for 75% off. This is the complete pack, however, you might want to think about getting them individually, because it does appear that getting the bundle actually puts you up a whole cent. So that's an incentive. Basically, Tales of Valor is not a very good expansion thingy. I'd say don't bother with it, and then you save yourself some money. Apart from that, they are pretty phenomenal strategy games. Some of the best strategy games based in World War II, right? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure I got that right. They're fairly old as well, but that doesn't mean they've not aged well, because they kind of have. It still looks pretty great even to this day. And I'm sure there are some mods out there. You can go into PC Gaming Wiki if you're having any troubles with it. I haven't heard that there are any troubles with it, but if there are, then PC Gaming Wiki is the place to go. So I definitely recommend this. It's an awesome strategy game, really awesome strategy game. Get that and Opposing Fronts, and then be done with it. Just ignore Tales of Valor. Finally is the Sonic bundle, the Sonic franchise, whatever you want to call it. And that is a lot of money off. Well, on the front page it says 0 to 50% off, which is fairly confusing, but I guess some of them aren't discounted, which is weird because all of them actually are, and they are all 50% off. Would I recommend you get the entire thing? Yes, because it saves you £23.35. That's pretty good. so there aren't enough bad games in there that I would say just completely avoid them. It's got a few crappy ones like Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Adventure DX I didn't particularly like, Sonic Spinball, and Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 and Episode 2 aren't all that great, but that's not enough to save you a whole lot of money, I don't think, so just go ahead and get the entire thing, in my opinion. It's got quite a lot of awesome Sonic games, all the classics, all the ones you love and such. Sonic 1, 2 and 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and also Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, which is a really good game. No online on the PC for some reason, because they're stupid. Other than that, Sonic Generations is included. That's possibly the best Sonic game ever, because it's really awesome. I actually really enjoyed that game. It is phenomenal in terms of a Sonic game, considering how bad Sonic has been recently. So I would highly recommend the Sonic franchise pack. That brings us to the end of the stuff for today. That was very weird commentary on today's things. I think I'm just quite tired because I've been up for quite a long time and it's Christmas Eve. Will there be one tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe there'll be one on Christmas Day. I doubt it though. If not, keep in mind that everything is on for 48 hours. So the day after, on Boxing Day, I'll probably do one that covers both of them. So don't worry, if I don't do one tomorrow, I will cover those ones. So if you want to hold out on that, if you want to hold out on buying stuff until you see my recommendations, which I highly doubt any of you will, you can do that. So yes, I will see you guys on Boxing Day. Have a Merry Christmas. Hope you all enjoy Christmas Day and Merry Christmas Eve, and to all a good night. See ya.